Welcome back to Chicago Cars Direct. Today we're going to spend time with a personal favorite of mine. This is a 2006 Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Under the hood, you're going to find the familiar Cayenne Turbo setup. It's the 4.5 liter V8 that you'll find in the S and the Turbo. Obviously the Turbo is a twin turbocharged model. 450 horsepower from the factory. It's routed to the standard automatic 6-speed transmission, which is routed to all 4 wheels. Height adjustable suspension, extremely performance oriented. It's got the optional 20-inch wheels on it, which adds a very aggressive level of rubber, but this is a car that we were very, very lucky to come across because it's in absolutely immaculate condition. Drives like brand new. I have driven it already, but we're still going to take it for another spin. Just so I can really share with you how immaculate this thing is and see if you like it. Alright, walking around the Cayenne Turbo just to give you an idea of the condition. I don't have much to call out. I'm going to hit you with what I've found so far is the only blemish, and I've really scrutinized it, but right on the front here, got a little touched up spot. It looks like there's a small crack in the clear coat there, but this is a plastic piece essentially, so it's not something that's going to rust, and from 5 feet away you can barely see it. You got the park sensors up here, front and rear park assist on this particular Cayenne Turbo, as well as the bi-xenon headlamp cluster up here, and these lenses look like they're brand new. Pretty sweet. Coming around to the side, this is what they call basalt black or basalt black. I'm not sure how they pronounce it, but it's a metallic black color. But 20-inch wheel, as I stated on here. You can see in here the red caliper is indicative of the Turbo model, but Continental 4x4 Sport contacts, and these are a size 275/40 R20. Really sharp, but look at the reflection down the whole driver's side. That lower piece on the rocker panel there, that is an optional piece of the aero kit. They call it the aero rocker panel. Kind of sharp. Definitely adds to the profile of the car as it sits at the curb. But that paint is phenomenal. And that's really an indicator of how this car's been cared for and loved. You can see the rear there, 4 quad outlet exhaust. Cayenne Turbo badging, all proper, all excellent. Nothing to call out on the back. Back bumper's perfect. But again, on the passenger side, 20-inch wheels, the same aero rocker down there, but the passenger side follows the driver's, and it's really in phenomenal shape. You got a 2-piece tailgate design back here. The window you can access right through here just for some smaller objects, but the entire hatch obviously opens. It's at load level setting here. You do have the height adjustable suspension, so this is at the load level, the lowest setting. But look where my knees are in comparison to the bumper, so obviously it's a very low lift over here. But you do have the cargo mat that's in place here. I'll pull this off so I can show you what's under the floorboard. Got the untouched collapsible spare, the factory build sheet over here which shows all the option codes, as well as the compressor for the air suspension and all the proper tools. Just to show you too, we do have the full layout of the entire floor mat assembly, including the rear cargo pad for the back of the Cayenne Turbo. Take a look inside. I mean, there's really not much in this interior that is different from new. I really love the color combo as well. That metallic black over the what they call sand leather interior, it's essentially tan, was paired with the lighter wood interior package. So drop in. Again, I'm at load level, so I actually drop into the car, but really an awesome layout. Phenomenal seats. These are very Porsche-esque seats. If you've had a Porsche before, you should know what I'm talking about. Power tilt and telescope steering wheel. And you can see part of the Turbo, what's neat is you got all this leather stitching everywhere. So you've got it around a lot of the surrounds on the dashboard, as well as the top of the door panel here. You can see the two-tone leather. Again, with the light wood, and the pair of speakers here is highlighted by the badge that signifies the incredible Bose sound system. Behind the wheel, you know you're in something extraordinary because, I mean, for one, it's everything is super premium to the touch. If I was blindfolded, I would know I was in something premium. One, it's a no-smoker's car. I can still smell that new leather smell from Porsche, but the layout is awesome. I love the gauge cluster you get with the Turbo because you do get this LCD display in here, which gives you a whole number of functions, individual readings for the car, information on the suspension, everything. It's pretty remarkable. Multi-function steering wheel, you've got audio and cruise functions, as well as the Tiptronic shifters right here for the automatic. Take a look here on the center stack. You're going to find a whole bunch of more features on this car. Obviously, we're looking at the navigation system. This is PCM, which stands for Porsche Communications Management with navigation. So you can see it shows where we're at right there. Above that, heated seats for the front occupants, as well as PSM here. That's Porsche Stability Management. Just turn it off. I'll turn it back on for safety. This is mated to the Bose sound system, which is I believe it's 360 watt rating, but it sounds phenomenal in this car. Your ears will distort before the music will. Bass is great, the highs are great, the mids are great, just a really great Bose sound system. They make great stuff all together, but this is probably one of their best stereos. But below that, automatic climate control for both the front passengers. Just set it to your desired temperature and then forget it. Right here's the 6-speed automatic. Just drop it right in drive. You're going to move forward. If you want to take advantage of this Tiptronic function here, pop it to the left. There is a readout in the display here that'll show you what gear you're in, but click up to upshift, click down to downshift, plus and minus. Can't get any easier than that. And then behind that, you've got your transfer case switch for high and low range. You have your 3-position suspension. It's active suspension management, so you've got comfort, normal, and Sport. And then you've got 5-position height adjustable suspension right here, as well as the leather stitched O handles. Above my head though, take note, I know we've got this beautiful panoramic roof, but we also have an Alcantara suede headliner that surrounds it all the way back to the C-pillars. Backseat of the Cayenne's extraordinarily luxurious, and if I was a child, or hell, I'm an adult sitting back here, I'd feel very lucky to be traveling in such comfort. But 6-footer, got a lot of room obviously. The pano roof is great because I can see virtually everything from the back seat right out. It's like being able to gaze right up at the heavens for yourself. But I'm enjoying my favorite movie here. This is Blues Brothers, which is an epic shot here in Chicago. You can see the Blues Brothers are currently driving through a shopping mall, and I'm gladly enjoying it in the back of a car that probably has more horsepower than all 3 of those police cars there combined. Behind the wheel is 450 horsepower Titan. I mean, we've got all-wheel drive, so the conditions here don't really slow our accelerative efforts. Obviously, we're spinning a little bit. It is a little chilly. It's actually been if you live in a snow area, there's slick snow, and then there's you know, the wet snow that's easy to drive in. This is kind of the more slick snow because we've had little small snow events over the last few days. But I mean, I really feel as if I'm in a high-end luxury car with 4-wheel drive. I mean, look at the appointments. I mean, leather, wood, that's what she said. But you've got still got 450 horsepower to play with. That's no joke. But navigation's on, shows us exactly where we're at. I got my heat dialed up to my favorite setting, and I've got Dave's dialed up to what my favorite setting is for Dave. And that's about it. We're enjoying this beautiful, wondrous winter drive today. So much fun. Here's a cool thing about a luxury sport utility. You can put this car in first manually, just hit the Tiptronic button down. Otherwise it's going to start you in second. But even in the sport mode, you just press this thing, launch, and the turbo spool on. Unreal. Unreal. I mean, this is no lightweight. This is a big truck. But the responses are very Porsche-like. The steering's very direct, but it's even a little bit light. Not in a bad way. You don't lose anything in the way of feedback. When you really push it, it does tighten up. It is a variable assist steering, but very soft here. I put in the comfort mode. We're going to hit a speed bump here. That's how solid. We just flown over it. And then watch this here. This is the difference in sport. Here's another speed bump. You'll feel this. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's a big difference. But this is a hell of a truck. You really can't get more performance out of any other truck that you can buy. The Jeep SRT8 is the only thing that really compares, but that thing has nothing in the way of luxury and comfort in the way that this does. Plus, it's a Porsche. As they say, there is no substitute. Off the line, this thing's a brute. Shut it down there. It's as fast as I'm going to be able to take it right now. That's an awesome feeling, and to know you don't have to sacrifice that for any utility. It's really what makes the recipe of a Porsche Cayenne Turbo really the proper truck for any real gearhead. And you know, they do say Porsche, there is no substitute. If you've ever driven a Porsche, owned a Porsche, or really truly spent time in something like a 911, this truck would not disappoint you, because you kind of understand what goes into these cars. They really are different than any other kind of car. That's why when people say, oh, I don't like Porsche, I say, well, it's because you've never really experienced it. They really are something. With 450 horsepower on tap, you can imagine the Cayenne Turbo's got a lot of thrust, but you know, just to give you an idea, we always like to showcase the acceleration of these particular cars, but I'm going to go ahead and hit it now. And you can put 5 people in here, you got 4-wheel drive, navigation, heated seats, and you can still do that. And this will run with some of the best sports cars out there. If you can argue with me that this is not a great car, it just means you don't like this car in general, because there are very few Cayennes out there that really can be replicated in this kind of condition with these options on the pre-owned market. They are really hit or miss. The ones that are not cared for, well, you know it almost immediately when you drive it. In the first 100 feet, you can usually tell if you got a great Cayenne or not. I did actually pick this up. We did purchase it, and I knew immediately pulling out that the car was perfect. Got a couple great pieces of information here. Auto check and Carfax vehicle history report. You know, if you've seen this before, you know they got to be clean. So obviously, this one is exactly that. It does qualify for buyback protection on both cars. I do have the original vehicle window sticker here. Basalt black metallic, Havana sand beige, 20-inch Sport Techno wheel, which is almost a $4,000 option. A bunch of other smaller options. Panoramic roof's $3,900. That's a huge option, and I think it's worth it. It's pretty remarkable for what you get. All in all, when this car was brand new in 06, the MSRP, $101,755. Think about that, $101,755. That's no small chunk of change. But check us out on our website. You're going to find a bunch of wonderful pictures taken by the one and the only Dangerous Dave at chicagocarsdirect.com. And then check out our YouTube channel when you're done there. Go to youtube.com/chicagocarsdirect. Thanks for spending some time with us in this absolutely immaculate Cayenne. If we don't see you, have a happy new year, and we'll see you next year.